गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम् आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् आर्तानामार्तिहन्तारं भीतानां भयनाशनं विशतां कालदण्डं तं रामचन्द्रं नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पते नमः। कुजण्डं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीके मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं गोष्पदीकृतवारीशं वशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायणमहामाला रत्नं वन्देरिलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्. So we were in Sundarakandam and we were seeing Hanuman destroying large parts of the Ashoka Vatika as well as a huge contingent of army sent by Ravana, including finally Ravana's own son Akshakumara. And then we saw as a diversion some Upakathas. For instance, there's another Upakatha which says that when after Sita was kidnapped and she was in Ashoka Vatika, she called upon herself in her body, all kinds of boils and pus, etc. So that Ravana would be disgusted. Not in Almiki Ramayana, somehow. Likewise, we saw the 18th century Assamese Ramayana, Ganaka Charitra, where Hanuman, we saw that when he comes to Lanka, he puts on the guise of an astrologer. Because astrologers are always welcome everywhere, especially in the Darbar of the kings. A good astrologer is who will say no. And he comes to know that Ravana is up to a plan. He plans to make a Maya form of Rama and Lakshmana and drag them to Sita in Ashoka Vanika and make them beg for life, etc. And then, so in order to thwart that plan, Hanuman takes the form of a bee and gets into the flowers being sent to Mandodari's room. And once the flowers reach her room, he turns into a cat. And then he scratches her all over. He snatches the beautiful pearl necklace of hers, jumps out of the window. Then as an astrologer, he goes to Ashoka Vatika, where Ravana at that point in time is having a Maya Rama pleading for his life, saying, please, please don't kill me, and pleading with Sita to marry Ravana and save the life of, etc. At that time he comes in and wearing that pendant of Mandodari, that necklace. And Ravana, of course, spots it straight away and asks him, where from you got this? So he says, no, this a Gandharva gave me. He says, can't I give you? This Mandodari says, yeah. Actually, he's having an affair with Mandodari, and that's how he got it. Then how Ravana immediately forgets all about Rama, Sita, etc. and says, what nonsense and all that, start shouting at him. And he says, if you want proof, you go and see. And Ravana goes and sees that she is having scratch marks all over. He thinks this the Gandharva has only been here. Meanwhile, Hanuman, as astrologer, he quickly turns. Hanuman talks with Sita, etc., conveys whatever message. That was story. And then Ravana, of course, harasses. Whatever Mandodari may plead, he is not willing to listen to any of his 20 years. Not that she is very keen to plead anything, but he is harassing her all the time. She has now become a Virakta and all that, she is doing Narayana Smaranam, but harassment also keeps on increasing. So at one stage she says, swears on her Satitwa and calls upon the sun to stop moving, and it stops moving. She causes an earthquake, all of that. And then Agni Pariksha also. And Indra arranged flowers and all that, and then she tells that you have done a great too. She tells Ravana you have done a great wrong by kidnapping Sita, and it was actually Hanuman who came as a cat and all that. Now I mentioned that her name is counted among the Sita, Mandodari, Tara, Draupadi. Draupadi, Tara, Sita, Ahalya, Mandodari. Panchakanya. Of such great purity that in our tradition, at least she is equivalent to fire. So, such a lady, even if you put in fire, nothing will happen. Fire in fire, what is going to happen? So, Agni Pariksha. So, there is a concept that such a lady she is so one with nature that nature will obey her. If she calls upon nature, nature will have to obey. OAR says in a Tamil treatise called Mudurai, வேதமோதிய வேதியர் கோர்மழை நீதி மன்னர் நெறியினர் கோர்மழை மாதர் கற்புடை மங்கை கோர்மழை மாதம் 3 மழை என பெய்யுமே. There will be 3 rains a month, one rain for those Vaidikas who are daily doing Adhyayana of Veda. 2 for the king who is ruling justly. 3 for the chaste lady. For these 3, there will be 3 rains a month, says Avaya. Valluvar says, Deivam Thoral, Korunan Thorudezhuval, Peyyana Peyyum Malai. The chaste lady does not pray to God, but she adoringly is with her husband. If she says rain means it will rain. Says Peyyana Peyyum Malai. Says now why there is a reason. Now the Mandodari, if it rain, it will rain. Says stop. Sun stop means it stops. So there is a story of Nalayani. Thousands of years ago, Nalayani, she was a Rishi Patni, her husband Maudgalya Rishi. For whatever reason, he decided to make her life a little bit miserable. So he decided to make her undergo all kinds of tests. So in that process, he called old age upon himself. He became extremely old. And then he called leprosy upon himself, so he had a leprous body. And then this young lady, she has to take care of him. And he will never be satisfied with whatever she does. He'll keep on saying this is not good, that's not good, that is. And those times, so she used to even eat only the leftover food after he had eaten from his plate. The fellow is a leper, so one day his finger is lying there in that. So she removes that and eats it. Like that, no story was. So he steps up the problem, and one day he can't move and all, he's complete leper, his legs are not there, he can't walk. He demands that she take him to a house of ill repute. So she puts him in a basket and carries him. And then she waits outside from morning till evening. And the evening then he comes out and then she takes him back again in the basket. Then while they are going, in Mahabharata you might have remember the story of the Mandavya Rishi. Mandavya Rishi, he was he was in his ashram, some thief came, he went running past somewhere, then the king's people came, they thought that this man, this Rishi was a part of the conspiracy, they caught him and he said, I don't know. And the king put him up and he put him up in a spike. He was made to, they put a long spike and he was made to sit on it and they all killed him they wanted to kill him like that. He was not dying. But he was there in heavy pain and torture and all that. So he was stuck, he was put there when Nalayani was carrying her husband in a basket and she was walking and then it hit him, poor fellow sitting there. And the husband was not simply sitting in the basket. In between he'll kick her, it seems, go faster and all. So he goes there and it hurts him and he gives a curse to her saying, you hurt me badly, you'll become a widow by tomorrow morning. And then she says, she pleads with him and then finally she says that if this curse is he calls upon all the gods, Indra, etc. and says if this curse is destined to come true, then it is also destined that the sun will not rise tomorrow. Sun does not rise. So then everybody goes and finally Indra comes and they pleads with her saying, he says, I can't move. Then he goes to the Mandavya Rishi and says, what is the problem? He says, this is the problem. And he says, you call back the curse, otherwise sun cannot rise. If you call back the curse, I'll make you all right and all that. So then he calls back the curse and all that and then the sun rises. That was one old story. Coming back to our battlefield of Lanka where Hanuman has simply decimated the first 3-4 waves of attacks that came his way. The Kinkaras gone. Then one set of sons of ministers gone. Then 5 commanders in chief gone. Then Akshakumara gone. It cluttered up the roads, nothing can move, everything dead bodies, chariots, elephants dead, horses, everything lying here and there. He messed it up. And every time a wave comes, he finishes them and then he goes back to his gateway and sits there to wait for the next attack. Now it's a major crisis. So Ravana has now turned to Indrajit. Tadastu Rakshodipatir Mahatma Hanumatakshe Nihate Kumare Manas Samadhaya Sadeva Kalpam Samadhi Deshendrajitam Sarosha. When Hanuman had killed Akshakumara, Ravana Manas Samadhaya, he controlled his mind somehow. And then he called upon Indrajit, who was the equivalent of Devendra himself. Tvamastra vichhastra vedam varishthas surasuranam api shokadata sureshu sendreshu tadrishta karma pitamaharadana sanchitastra. Tvamastra-vichhastra-vidam varishta. Tvamastra-vichhastra-vidam varishta. You are a knower of all missiles and the greatest among wielders of weapons. You are such, O Indrajit, that all devas, all asuras, all of them, you give sorrow to them. Shokadata. And they have all seen Drashta Karma. They have seen what you can do. And by propitiating Brahma, you have also acquired all celestial weapons, O Indrajit. Neither the hosts of Devas nor Asuras have ever been able to make a stand against you in the battlefield. And there is none in the three worlds who can fight tirelessly like you. You are without doubt the foremost among men of intellect, and you need no protection other than the might of your own arm. You are protected by the fruits of all the austerities that you have practiced, O Indrajit. And you know, you are a knower of time and place for everything. You know when to do what and where. There is nothing that you cannot achieve in the battle by your own efforts. There is nothing that you cannot accomplish after you decide upon a course of action after taking counsel. Nor is there anyone in the three worlds who does not know about the strength or the power of your strength or the power of your missiles. Mamanurupam tapaso balam cha te parakramaschastra balam cha samyuge natvam samasadiranavam manashramam gacchati nichchidartham. Mamanurupam tapaso balam cha. You are the equal, my equal, O Indrajit, in tapas and strength. Ravana says. In the prowess in the battlefield and in the command of celestial missiles, you are my equal. And when in the thick of battle, when I think, Indrajit, that you are there, then my mind is at ease. I know that the issue is in good hands. Indrajit, all the kinkaras have been killed. The sons of the ministers have been killed. The 5 generals have been killed. And your dear brother Akshakumara has been killed. Whole hordes of chariots and horses and elephants and cavalry has been destroyed. But those who have gone, and I have never really put my faith in all of them. Like I have in you, O Indrajit. Match your mettle against this ape. Strike him with sudden force that you can exert. Proceed in such a way that when you come upon the foe, O Indrajit, when you come upon the ape, act in such a way that he does not lay waste your army before you release him from life. You must be sudden, you must be swift, and you must be certain.